You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, X, welcome to another sneaker review. And before I even get into the shoe and talk about why I'm doing these shoes from 2 years ago, let's discuss the shoes on my table. If this is your first review of mine, what I like to do is put shoes on the table that I either did a review on or it has a correlation with the shoe I'm about to do the review on. And first, to my left, or to y'all right, you do see the Air Griffey Max 1 Freshwaters. I did do a review video on that, and I'll leave the link in the description. And to my right and y'all left, you do see the Air Jordan 12 Taxis, which I did do a review on. Obviously, the correlation is these 13s come right after this taxi. But before we begin to that, the real reason I wanted to do this shoe is because I've had this shoe for a while. This is one of my favorite 13s. A lot of the 13s I do like. I like the non-OG colorways, these wheat 13s. And my favorite 13s of all time are the black and altitude green 13s, which Jordan brand, Nike, y'all need to release those very soon. The Bordeaux 7s and the Raptor 7s. I need those. And since the Air Jordan 13 Chicago, since they drop in 2 weeks, I thought, why not get started with these Air Jordan 13 wheats before the drop, because I do plan to get the Air Jordan 13 Chicagos. I'm dropping this video on Monday, so if you did get the Wolf Grade 5s, congratulations to you. I passed up on the Wolf Grade 5s because I did want to get these Air Jordan 13s that are about to come out, and I might get those black and university blue 14s, but we'll see. Before we even go to the shoe, y'all know we have to go over the box. Now, y'all, we're going to get a white Jumpman box. As you can see, it is kind of dirty because it's been in the closet for a while. You're going to get the wheat Jumpman, and the tag says Air Jordan 13 Retro White Wheat size 11. And when you open the box, you're going to get the white paper. On the top of the box, no lot number, and on the back right side corner of the right of the box, you're gonna get those numbers and also the dimensions of the box. And before y'all say these are knockoffs, I did get these from, I got these from Foot Locker, because I know there's not a lot number on this box, but yeah, I did get them from Foot Locker. I'll probably put the receipt in the video, but that's all you get in the box. And y'all, we have the shoe. Like I said, just looking at this shoe, when I found out they were going to release it, I had to get it, and I knew it was going to be sitting on the shelves because, like I said, I think I got these when I went to go visit my brother and his wife during Christmas. I think that was my nephew's first Christmas. That's when I did get these shoes, and like I said, these are one of my favorite 13s. But as y'all know, before we even get into the details of the shoe, let's talk about the history of the Air Jordan 13. The Air Jordan 13 was designed by Tinker Hatfield. It was released in 1997, and MJ wore these during his final run, or we all know as the last dance for the Chicago Bulls. But I know some people may be saying, well, his last shot was in the 14s. Tinker Hatfield already had the 14s made, so in the playoffs, MJ was actually hooping in the 14s. But in that same season, he was wearing the 13s. This shoe symbolizes MJ's nickname, which was the Black Cat. You look at the hologram, and everybody knows that. And I think that's one of the top things about this shoe, because the hologram right by the top of the shoe, which if you do look over it, it will have 23, and you'll have Jumpman in the middle. And thankfully these didn't get foggy or cloudy eyed yet, so hopefully they continue to age gracefully. But I know at some point they are going to get that foggy hollow eye over the hologram. And Mike had the nickname Black Cat for a lot of reasons: his cat-like quickness, his killer instinct, his athleticism. And I'll probably get more into it in the Air Jordan 13 Chicago, but Tinker didn't even know that MJ's nickname was the Black Cat. He just went off of design and with sketches, to where I'll probably discuss more in the next 13 video, but I'll put those sketches up to where you could kind of see where his mind was going when he was making this shoe. And the last time these were released in 2004, so it's been a long time, almost 20 years since this shoe was released. Let's get into the details of the shoe. As I said, this shoe is supposed to resemble the Black Cat, Black Panther, because that was Mike's nickname. Now, once we start on the side panel of the shoe, you see these little dots? A lot of people don't know that's supposed to resemble spots where whiskers come out. That's what those dots are there for. To the back of the shoe, as I said, the hologram eye, which is supposed to be the Panther eye, and you will see the 23 inside there in the Jumpman. Towards the bottom of the midsole, you'll see this nice suede wheat type leather. Now, of course, y'all, is in synthetic leather, but it still feels smooth to the touch. And like I said, I do get a few wear out of these every single year, but the suede does still feel smooth and it's not fading, so that means I'm taking pretty good care of these. Now, since we're by that midsole and I was talking about that suede, we all know the pods to the bottom of the shoe. The four pods will kind of resemble a panther paw itself. The toughest thing a lot of people know about these 13s is trying to keep these pods clean when they're white, because if you don't, they will show and they will get dirty very quickly. That's why a lot of times after I wear these, I immediately clean them. And the white part of the shoe is tumbled leather, which it is a nice touch, good quality. And when we get to the front of the shoe, now I don't remember, I never had the 2004 pair, but looking at this toe box, to me it looks like they made the toe box wider. I wish I still had the He Got Games, but I beat those up. But I do remember vividly about the He Got Games, the toe box was kind of tight, but I could see on these ones the toe box is actually wider. Above the toe box, right where the tongue starts, you do see the Jordan in wheat and white. On the tongue, you do have perforated holes to help with breathability for the shoe, and you do see a speed lace lock system with white laces. And at the top of the tongue, you do see the Jumpman in wheat. And we all know, y'all know I hate white sock liners, because I'll try to get close-ups on my sock liner. It's not white anymore. And when I wear these shoes, I make sure to wear fresh white socks. Even if you wear quarter socks and not low-cut socks, so lotion and sweat will cause discoloration to your sock liner, it still will happen over time. Now, is it bad and dingy bad? No, but over time, any white sock liner will lose the whiteness to it, to where it will get dirty. And honestly, that's the only gripe I have about this shoe, but I understand it wouldn't make sense for them to use a wheat sock liner. That would look off, so I get it. And since we're talking about the sock liner, let's go with the production date. The production date is May 24th, 2023 to August 16th, 2023. And y'all, I'll take the insole. I would take the insole out and show y'all. It is a wheat insole with the white Jumpman, and this insole is a Dream Cell, not polyurethane. And y'all, my bad, I forgot to even say this is a size 11. Y'all do know most Jordans I do wear a size 11. In my personal opinion, I will say go true to size, but I always give y'all the dimensions of my foot. My foot is 10 inches and 5/8 in length and 4 inches and 3/8 wide. So use that as kind of like a gauge for y'all. Measure your own feet and then go from there. Like I said, a size 11, which is my true size in most Jordans and most shoes. And finally, to the bottom of the shoe, to the sole of the shoe, you could definitely tell how it's a paw, or how it's inspired by a paw, because of the different sections of the herringbone traction. Now, the herringbone tractions will be white. As you see, I actually wore these today, so I do need to clean them. And then you'll see wheat all throughout the bottom of the sole. You do see the yellow hologram. And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't know if that's supposed to represent another eye, which might be, but since it's supposed to be a paw, I don't know why they put that there, to be honest with you. I might have to research that and see, and have the answer for y'all in the next Air Jordan 13 video. And this midsole is a Phylon midsole. Overall, as you see on my B-rolls and just me walking around in them, I love this shoe. This is one of my favorite 13s, and I'm excited about the Chicago's. But I'm telling you, if Jordan Brand retro the black and altitude green 13s, I know some of y'all may think of me as crazy, I would double up on those, because those are my favorite pair of 13s. And I think with the 13 model, I actually like the lifestyle colors or non-OG colors, like I said, better than the originals. One thing I like to do is go back when these shoes were released. So in 2004, what was going on in pop culture when it comes to movies and music? In 2004, for movies, we had Kill Bill Volume 2, Spider-Man 2, The Grudge, Ray, Saw, which those were some dope movies from 2004, especially Saw. And I don't know, honestly, some of y'all are young and may not saw Saw, so I'm not gonna go over the ending, but I can vividly remember sitting in the movies with me and my friends at the very end of the movie, and when you find out who Jigsaw was and everybody gasped in the movies, I can remember that. And then in music, we had a lot of dope albums. Usher's Confessions, Kanye West's The College Dropout. 2004 had a lot of classics, but my favorite song from 2004, I would probably have to say it's this.
She says she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party alright.
And my favorite bar from that song will probably be Ye's part, but I'll let him say it.
When she know they ride, she got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson.
2004, well over 20 years ago. And I can remember when these first came out. And did I have them? No, because my mom and dad were not going to give me a pair of Jordans. As I said in a lot of videos, get the two for $89.99. But I finally got these shoes now. That's the really dope thing about these shoes, because like I said, this is a time capsule in history, and you can relive a lot of your favorite memories from your own childhood in high school, middle school, college if you were in college then. But let me know if you got the Air Jordan 13 Wheats, and where do you place the Air Jordan 13s of your top Jordans. Now, me personally, when it comes to off OG colorways, the Air Jordan 13 to me are one of the best because of the wheat colorway and the black and out 2 greens. I just want to say I appreciate all the support. If you want sneaker reviews, police body cams, reaction videos, Sunday service to give you motivation for the week, any video you could think of, subscribe to Channel Adrian TV, and I will see y'all in the next video.